You're good. Go ahead. All right. So thanks to everybody for joining us. So in preparation for early voting, it starts on February 10th. The Mocs Go Vote Committee has asked City Council candidates to speak with high school and college students here in Chattanooga to answer their questions, share their vision for the future. So joining us is the current incumbent and candidate for District 6, Dr. Carol Berz. So Councilwoman Berz, I will turn it over to Jessica here, and she will get you started with the first question.
Hey, that's great. Glad to be here.
All right, so your first question for me is, I would like to know where you stand on the political spectrum. I think it's important for people to know. So, that's my question to you.
Do you mean am I Republican, Democrat, that sort of political spectrum? I'm a Democrat.
Yes,
I'm a Democrat.
So I would like to know how you would describe District 6 currently and how you would like it to be described at the end of your term.
District 6 is a very large district geographically. And so as a result of that, it's probably the most diverse district in the city. We have all races, all religions, all sexual orientations, all ethnic backgrounds, all economic levels. And I love it. And I hope at the end of my tenure, it'll remain exactly the way it is. I love it, diverse. I learn from the diversity of my constituents, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, and my next question to you, I would like to know if you're going to be working on any type of projects throughout your term, or if you're passionate about anything. I just want to know what your goals are for your terms.
Well, I'm passionate about some things, and my constituents are passionate about other things. So let me tell you, they're interested in public safety, in roads, in proper zoning, in keeping whatever their neighborhood is, the kind of neighborhood that they moved into, whatever that is. Now, that being said, let me tell you that all of my neighborhoods have racial equity. So it's not that kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about they want to keep their homes. We're kind of an HG, all our homes are old in the neighborhood. Their district is old. So you're walking into people that are buying and fixing up homes at the economic level. And they love that kind of environment. And I'm there to help them with that. Two of the problems that are plaguing us are homelessness and panhandling. The homelessness, there's three kinds of homelessness. There's homelessness by situation, and the city is doing everything possible to help change that situation. There's also homelessness by choice, and these are the people that don't want help if help means following rules. Like if you take them, if we take them into shelters or stuff, maybe a rule is no smoking, so they prefer to be out in the world. And then there are homelessness because of mental illness, and they need all the help in the world, okay? The other thing are the panhandlers that people think are homeless, and they're not. They're panhandlers. They have fine homes. It's kind of a business, and that's unfortunate because it gives a bad name to the people that are really in need. The other day, I was waiting for a light, and there was a panhandler with his quote wheelchair under his arm, running down the street to catch a light. Then he opened his wheelchair, sat down in it, and became immediately disabled. That's not okay. There's too many people that are in need. So I'm very much for addressing the issues that can have people have the basic Maslow hierarchy of needs: food, shelter, and clothing. That being said, one of my pet dreams that I'm going to work on is at the Eastgate complex, where we have the Family Justice Center, volunteers in medicine, all kinds of services. I would love for that to be a campus where people can get help, a one-stop shop where people on the bus line, there's parking. You have all the state offices over at the Eastgate complex. My offices are in the Osborne complex right across from the Family Justice Center. So I'd like to somehow bring all of that together with a matrix of healthcare, working with East Ridge Hospital. As a matter of fact, I have a meeting with them next week to try and see how we can have a one-stop shop for healthcare for people who are in need. All of these services, by the way, are free, whether it's the Family Justice Center or whether it's Volunteers in Medicine. Underserved populations, I know this is a long answer, but it deserves a full answer. Underserved people, that definition has changed now since COVID. And gosh, underserved people look all kinds of ways now. The Volunteers in Medicine director was talking to me the other day, and he says, you know what? People that are walking in our clinic today are people we've never served before. They've lost their jobs, they've lost their insurance, and they're ill, and we need to help them. So we need to rethink what underserved means. Sorry for the long answer.
That was great. Thank you. My question is, what issue regarding youth in Chattanooga is most important to you at this time?
I would love some way for youth to realize how important they are and how much they can contribute to society. I think lots of times youth get a bad rap and it's undeserved. You know the difference between microsystems and macro systems, and I don't think there's so many bad youth as there are a macro system that doesn't address needs. So that would be what I'm for. I love listening to the voices of youth, whether it be the Mayor's Youth Council, whether it be the youth project I did in the Shepherd community. I love talking with you, and I don't write their ideas off at all. I don't write your ideas off at all. What I think youth have to be is more assertive in saying, we'd like to talk, and then really come in with ideas. Very often I'll talk with people that complain, and I'm a mediator. I train mediators for the Supreme Court. I did that out of law school, Jessica. That's an area of law I really love. And mediation teaches you not to dwell around problems, but together come up with collaborative solutions. And that's really what I wanted. I mean, you can sit and complain, and I'm going to say to you, so what would a fix look like? I don't need to waste energy on, we already know the problems there. What does a fix look like? So that's what I would ask you. And some really great conversations come out of that. It's a great question.
My next question to you is, what would you say to somebody who's aspiring to go into the same field as you do? You said to law school and you were dealing with forensics and also just you being on the city council. So what would you say to somebody who aspires to go to the pathway as you?
Learn as much as you can. I'm serious. I never thought that I would end up in political office. I'm more of a marcher, marching for people's rights. That's why I went to law school. Forensics, absolutely, because I felt the mental health system was failing us. As far as social policy is concerned, I thought and still think that we don't have a lot of sick people. We have a sick system that needs fixing. And that's social policy. And law is no more than formalized social policy. That's why I got my PhD. Now, did I think it was going to lead me into getting elected a public official? No. But thank God that I learned and took advantage of everything I could. Every time an opportunity or an internship opened up, I took it. And thank goodness for that, because there's nobody I'm really uncomfortable around. I also know how to study an issue and work on solutions rather than just whining about it.
So I believe this will be the final question,
Oh, that's
but
bad. You're not going to cut me off because I love talking with y'all. What's the final question, Anna?
I'm not sure if it's the final one. I'm just saying. Um,
Chris is going to cut us off, and there you go.
We've got 3 or 4 minutes left.
Okay, go ahead.
It's kind of the question on everybody's mind as it's kind of at the forefront of everything that we're dealing with right now. But just what kind of measures that you would take to support the city during COVID-19 and all of the issues that are coming along with it, such as like job loss and then homelessness and just situations that can come along with that.
Well, that's a heavy duty question, and you know that, and frankly, we're already working on that. We're working on a job program. We have funded homeless stuff. We have, we're already working on it. The sad part about all of this, and you referred to it earlier, we can't be sitting around a table working on it. And there's magic that happens with the energy sitting around the table. And I miss that. I miss the discussions. I miss the arguments. I miss the back and forth things, all geared towards solutions. So it's kind of a sterile thing. And that's the tough part. It's not that we don't have ideas. We have funded programs to deal with all of this. And there's been a lot of COVID money that's come in. Several $1 million, as a matter of fact, most recently for small businesses, for homelessness, whatever. So we're doing that. What's missing is the magic, the energy of sitting around and knowing somehow we were able to sit down and solve a problem. That's a good question. We don't get a lot of press on all the good things we're doing, but we are working on it.
I think we may have time for one more quick question, Jessica, if you have one more.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just leave it off here with this one final question.
All right.
What do you think the best approach is for the youth to get involved in local government? I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Oh boy, I'd love for you to call my office and say, can we come talk? We practice safe procedures, and I would love that. And guess what? I'm local government. I chair the budget committee for the city, $850 million. And I'd love to hear your input about that. I love your ideas. Tune in to city council meetings. They're open to everyone. Just go to the city website. Speak up. We have, at the end of every city council meeting, a time for you to speak up. You'll have 3 minutes to speak on anything you want to. I would love it, and I'm sure my colleagues would love it as well. I benefit. I learn from you guys when you show up and we have the conversations. Chris knows how to get in touch with me. If you want to get in touch with me, get in touch with me. It's Berz, Chattanooga.gov. He's got my phone number. Don't ever hesitate. We're a pretty laid back, open office.
Great. So hopefully you all and everybody watching will reach out to whoever their council member is. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but hopefully we can continue these conversations later. So Councilwoman Berz, we really appreciate you joining us.
Hey, thank you. I loved it. Let's do more of this. Have a great evening, guys.